What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. I wanted to give an update on this story. 50 Cent versus Big Meech and Lil Meech now. Let's check out a video of 50 Cent back in the day. I mean, everybody knows that 50 Cent's biggest thing is loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty. And he's been that way from day one. Let's check out an old clip of 50.
When like the nigga keeps showing up next to niggas that I don't fuck with, that's an indication to me he might have some feelings towards me. That is just everywhere I got an issue. You show up around me. So I mean, you know, nigga, forget music, because music ain't usually my motivation. My morals come off the curb. So if you see a nigga, so keep being around niggas you don't fuck with, when you come around, how your antennas go. So he in a position where he might feel like he did, but he ain't dead yet.
Now, as you can see, 50 hasn't changed. And the game has weighed in on the 50 versus Big Meech. Let's check out All Hip Hop. The game says he's putting his issues with 50 Cent on pause in order to react to the rapper's ongoing feud with Big Meech. Taken to his Instagram story in a pair of since deleted posts, he admitted he was dying laughing after 50's latest antics online. 50 had leaked a series of text messages he received from Meech's son, Lil Meech. And you guys seen that before. 50 has been feuding with Big Meech ever since he announced that Rick Ross will be performing at his Welcome Home concert in Florida. Meech labeled 50 an internet gangster in response to his initial post. Now, I just watched the great Hassan Campbell, salute to Hassan, and he made a lot of great points that I didn't bring up or think about in my last video. The fact that Little Meech was trying to figure out what he was going to do with his life, you know, at that point. Didn't know what direction his life was headed in until he got that phone call from 50 Cent. And 50 Cent, from what I've read and heard, paid for him to attend acting school for 2 years prior to him even auditioning for the role of Big Meech. Little Meech even says he watched the auditions with 50 Cent. You know, he watched people audition to play his dad with 50 Cent. And 50 Cent already had the plug, you know, in for him to play that part. So the BMF brand was at that point just something that people spoke about like they talked about old Michael Jordan games. You know, some people knew about it, some people were there, some people were not. 50 Cent starting that series, BMF, put not only BMF, the brand, but Big Meech and his brother in legendary status. You know, Scarface, New Jack City, King of New York, Godfather. He brought the BMF story to a light like that, you know, where this is a real story. This is not The Sopranos or any of the other things I just named. This is a real story about a real guy that's still alive. And it made him legendary. And first it was Terry who took the picture with Supreme's son. Maybe he didn't know that there was an issue with his father and 50. Maybe he did and he didn't care. You know, Terry and Meech are not accustomed to being told what to do. You know, they're normally in charge. And I don't think either one of them are ready to have a boss. They've never had one in their entire life. But what 50 Cent did for the BMF brand, I mean, he dug it out of the mud and cleaned it off and brought it back to the point where there were even BMF billboards again in Atlanta. Now, I'm not going to get into the Tammy Cowan's discussion or anything like that with this video because I'm not knowledgeable enough to speak on that part of it right now. But Rick Ross did a song called BMF where he shouted out Big Meech in the record, brought a lot of notoriety back to Meech's name for people that knew about him, and for the people that didn't, reintroduced him to a whole new audience and kept his name alive. But what 50 Cent did was make a TV show, hired his son as the lead actor to play him, distributed this show through the Stars Network, and looked out for Detroit as far as shooting the show, employed his mom to tell her side of the story. I mean, he put the entire BMF on his back in a corporate way and made it legit. He made it, he took the negative connotation off of BMF and he took it and made it corporate to where Meech could come home and actually have something to build upon that 50 had already laid the groundwork for. So why Meech would come home and hook up with Rick Ross to be the headliner of his concert, I don't give a damn about what money was involved. What money Rick Ross may have looked out for him for. So when Meech sends the text to 50 saying, fuck Ross, he looked out for my dad when he needed to pay some bills. Fuck that. Excuse my language. You really have to look at what 50 Cent has done for not only BMF, but this entire family. And by Terry doing what he did and then Meech doing it too, it's just like a double whammy. It doesn't seem like they appreciate what 50 Cent has done for them. And I think maybe they are looking at what 50 Cent has done and they're looking at it as if, look at what we did for 50 Cent. We are BMF. We took 50 Cent to the next level, and they had it all wrong. They had everything completely wrong. And I don't think Meech understood what was happening with 50 because 50's smart enough to know that little Meech's loyalty is going to be to his dad. So 50 just made the decision for him that, hey, if I'm cutting your dad off, that automatically means I'm cutting you off. Anybody from the street would know that, but Lil Meech is not from the street. You know, his dad was away, but I've seen where his dad provided for him. His mom, he went to private schools. He definitely did not grow up, like his father. So I have to side with 50, in this situation. Because in my opinion, Meech's loyalty should have been to the man that, created a platform for him to come home to. But not only that, groomed his son in order to play him. He gave him something that I don't think anybody's seen before this. I know they tried to have uh, James Gandolfini, I think is his name, from Sopranos. They tried to have his son play young him in the streets of Newark, and I don't even think that was ended up being successful. So 50 Cent is owed a debt that cannot be repaid by Big Meech and Terry, in my opinion. And you taking a picture with Rick Ross is just a blatant sign of disloyalty. Why is 50 Cent not headlining the BMF concert? That would make more sense. So maybe more details will come out in the future, but I really think Big Meech put his son in the crosshairs of 50 Cent. He wasn't thinking about the business opportunities, the acting opportunities that 50 Cent could present to them. Maybe Rick Ross offered him a big bag on the spot. I always saw Meech as a visionary, and I think either his ego or his greed or his pride won't allow him to see what he's done. But the damage has been done. The horse has left the gate, or however they say it, and now he's left to deal with the repercussions of it, him and his son. So, and we know 50 to be a petty MFer. So, who knows what 50 may block or stop, going forward, and how difficult he could make Big Little Meech's career going forward. So, that's just my opinion. Let me know what yours is in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.